Gemini navigates life with an unshakable need for peace. They don't waste energy on conflicts that lead nowhere. Arguments? Only if necessary. They'd rather withdraw and use their mind to focus on their own evolution than be tangled in unnecessary disputes. What others see as passivity is actually discernment. A Gemini knows when to speak and when silence has more power. But don't mistake their calm demeanor for weakness. Gemini can tolerate a lot, but once their patience runs out, they don't hold back. When deeply provoked or disrespected, they respond in a way that leaves no room for doubt. Their comeback is sharp, unexpected, and perfectly timed. It's never about revenge. It's about self-respect. And if you cross that boundary, they'll make sure you never forget it. If you've earned a Gemini's trust, you've tapped into something rare. Their loyalty isn't given, it's earned slowly and with observation. But once they decide you're worth it, their devotion is steady, unwavering. They'll be there even when you don't ask. The best part? They expect nothing in return but sincerity. Before we go deeper, if this resonates with your experience, or if you know a Gemini like this, subscribe to Sabedoria de Luz and join our growing cosmic family. One of the most misunderstood things about Gemini is the way their mind never stops. They're always processing something. Ideas, strategies, questions, emotions. Even in stillness, their inner world is electric. It's not chaos, it's creation. Their creativity is the kind that seems spontaneous, but it's born of constant observation. If you see them drift off during a conversation, don't take it personally. Their mind is traveling, exploring places few can follow. Curious souls by nature, Geminis despise confinement. Freedom isn't a luxury, it's a core need. They must move, question, explore, and experience life in their own unique rhythm. Try to control a Gemini, and you'll lose them. Not out of rebellion, but survival. Their spirit simply can't breathe under restriction. Have you ever known a Gemini who seems to know something about everything? That's no coincidence. They collect information like a treasure hunter gathers gold. They see details others miss, and their ability to connect dots across people, places, and emotions is a gift they barely realize they have. If you've recognized any of these traits in someone or in yourself, leave a comment sharing your birth date and zodiac sign. We'd love to know if Gemini energy has touched your life in some way. Gemini flirts with life the way artists flirt with colors, sometimes bold, sometimes soft, always curious. This same energy makes them naturally flirtatious, often without realizing it. Their charm isn't calculated, it's woven into their presence, their words, and the way they connect. They might compliment you with ease, or laugh a little too long at your joke, not out of seduction, but simply because they feel joy in the exchange. But if there's one thing that repels a Gemini, it's negativity for the sake of drama. People who complain excessively or find fault in everything quickly lose Gemini's interest. They seek growth, humor, and transformation, not emotional sinkholes. They believe in facing problems, yes, but not in wallowing. Being around those who see the world as a dark, hopeless place drains them.
What attracts a Gemini is brilliance. Bring a good conversation, a clever idea, or a daring theory, and you've got them. They're drawn to minds that challenge theirs, to people who think sideways, and to humor that's both dry and intelligent. For a Gemini, laughter is not just joy, it's connection. And when they speak, you'll know it's real. Gemini isn't one to sugarcoat their opinion. They're not rude, they're raw. If they like you, you'll know. If they disagree, they'll say so. This honesty can be disarming, but also refreshing. With Gemini, what you see is what you get, and what you get is real. When you're feeling broken or down, Gemini has a way of showing up. They don't need to be asked, they sense it. And when they do, they'll offer comfort in the form of words, presence, or humor. They're not just listeners, they're emotional alchemists, transforming pain into understanding. Their eccentric side often shows up in flashes, unexpected ideas, spontaneous adventures, or behaviors that seem a little out there. But these quirks, they're the spark in Gemini's fire. What some call strange is actually their raw creativity at play. And when it comes to persuasion, they don't need to push. Gemini knows how to win hearts with charm. With just the right words, they can soften a wall, open a door, or change your mind without you even noticing. Their voice holds a magnetic pull when they believe in what they're saying. If you're enjoying this journey into the Gemini psyche, don't forget to like this video. It helps us keep creating content that resonates with you. A still Gemini is a rare sight. They are constantly in motion, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. Stillness bores them. They need challenges, movement, and purpose. Whether it's a new city, a new book, or a new friendship, Geminis crave fresh energy. That's where they thrive, in discovery. They don't just go through life, they explore it, touch it, question it. Even in conversation, their questions open doors that others didn't even know were there. But that curiosity comes with a cost. Emotional swings. Gemini can be radiant one moment and withdrawn the next. Their feelings shift like the wind. It's not instability, it's depth. They experience everything intensely, and they rarely show the full extent of their internal storms. When they're happy, their presence can light up a room. When they're low, they often disappear, needing solitude to recalibrate. They might talk all day about everything under the sun, but when it comes to their inner world, Gemini becomes guarded. Personal feelings, private matters, deep wounds, they reveal them slowly, selectively, not because they're hiding, but because they protect what they value most. And when they fall in love, it's either all in or nothing. A Gemini doesn't do halfway. They'll take their time to trust, to open up. But once they do, their love is full of fire, laughter, and thoughtful gestures. They commit with intensity and expect the same in return. Anything less doesn't interest them.
Life for Gemini is a playground of experiences, and they love testing boundaries. Whether it's travel, career, relationships, or hobbies, they are always looking for the next adventure. They're the ones who'll try skydiving on a whim or turn a lazy Sunday into a road trip. Risk is part of their essence. It makes them feel alive. If you've ever been swept away by the spontaneous magic of a Gemini, or if you are one yourself, share your experience in the comments below, or simply drop your birth date and zodiac sign. Let's connect beyond the screen. Geminis have an unmatched gift, using humor and wit to turn life's most awkward or painful moments into something manageable, even light. Their sarcasm isn't cruel, it's crafted. Their jokes, though dry, are often layered with insight. A Gemini's laughter isn't just for fun, it's a survival tool. It's how they heal, how they cope, how they keep moving forward. And those around them often find strength in that unexpected humor. Their adaptability is something remarkable. Unlike many signs, Gemini doesn't panic when life changes suddenly. They shift, they adjust, they reframe. Even when caught off guard, they find ways to rise again, often stronger and more focused than before. This flexibility isn't just mental, it's emotional. They can feel everything deeply, yet still rise with clarity, humor, and direction. Their ability to pivot,
whether in mindset, emotion, or circumstance, is what makes Gemini such a powerful sign. It's not that they don't feel pain, it's that they know change is inevitable and they embrace it rather than resist it. When others break, Gemini bends, and in that flexibility lies their strength. But perhaps the most beautiful thing about Gemini is their ability to hold contradictions without losing themselves. They can be soft yet sharp, extroverted yet deeply private, playful yet profound. This duality isn't confusion, it's complexity. It's what makes them magnetic, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating. They are the storytellers of the zodiac, the voices that carry messages from one world to another. They see what others overlook. They speak truths that others fear. They love with intensity, but detach when boundaries are crossed. You can't cage a Gemini, not because they run from love, but because their soul was born to fly freely. And through all their motion, all their ideas, all their transformations, one truth remains. If they let you in, you are deeply valued. Their time, their thoughts, their words, none are given lightly. So when a Gemini chooses you, know that you are a part of something rare. If this journey through the Gemini soul touched you, subscribe now to Sabiduría de Luz and become part of our growing universe of seekers, thinkers, and dreamers. And if you haven't already, drop a like. It helps us keep creating energy-rich content just like this. We'd love to hear from you. Comment below with your zodiac sign or a personal story about a Gemini in your life. Have they surprised you? Challenged you? Changed you? Gemini is not just a sign. It's a universe of thought, freedom, and emotion. And once you enter their world, you're never quite the same again. There's a quiet brilliance in the way Gemini moves through life, not with certainty, but with curiosity, not with rigidity, but with adaptability. And maybe that's the greatest lesson they leave us. You don't have to have it all figured out to shine. You just have to keep learning, evolving, and daring to feel everything fully. Gemini reminds us that contradiction is not chaos, it's a form of depth. To be joyful yet contemplative, free yet devoted, present yet always dreaming, this is not confusion. It is the language of a soul that refuses to be confined to a single definition.